Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here, and this is my prediction video for The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 9. So we are currently on the mid-season break for Season 10 of The Walking Dead. Episode 9 will be airing in February, so we're still kind of a ways away for the mid-season premiere of Season 10, but I'm still going to be making predictions for what I believe will be possibly happening in Episode 9, who will die, who will live, who will be in the episode, who won't be in the episode, what major events will happen. Now, there has been a trailer that has been released, but it's tricky because I don't think, in fact, I'm pretty sure, like I'm 99%, maybe even 100% sure that the trailer, it's not just for episode 9, it's for the whole back half season of season 10. So when you watch this trailer, it's bits and pieces of probably the whole back half of the season, not just episode 9. So I have to basically I have to go off of that and sort of determine what I think will be in episode 9 and what I think will be in a later episode. So I'm sure I could be wrong about some things, some parts, but there's definitely some parts in the preview that I am sure will be in episode 9, like the continuation of the group of characters that are currently trapped in the cave, that cliffhanger. There is no way they're going to pull a Gimple and make us wait until episode 10 or episode 11 to see those characters. It might not be the beginning of the episode, but I do firmly believe that we will get that sort of continuation of what's going on in the cave. We're going to be seeing the characters get out. There's probably going to be a major death. In fact, I definitely believe there will be one major death. They could go for 2 or 3, but I think it'll just be 1. I think it would be kind of disappointing to have this happen, to have this whole thing happen, this whole set piece of them falling through the ground, falling into this cave, being surrounded by this herd of walkers, and it's like 8-9 characters. I think it'd be disappointing to have everyone make it out. You know, this is The Walking Dead, characters die. I think this is one of those situations where the writers are going to kill a character. I just think it's one of those situations. It's like, imagine The Walking Dead Season 3. Remember when that guy first unleashed all those walkers out in the prison? It was Season 3, Episode 4, Killer Within, and T-Dog and Lori died. Imagine that episode and they all just survived and they stopped all the walkers and they all lived. You might have liked those characters, but I mean, let's face it, that episode, you know, it was designed for there to be a sad casualty in Rick's group. It was designed for there to be a loss, a death. You know, it is The Walking Dead, and it was just one of those episodes where someone had to die. And it was. I feel the same way about this situation. Maybe not quite as much, maybe not as extreme. And obviously, I don't think 2 characters have to die. I think one sad casualty would work. And there's characters to choose from. There's Daryl, Carol, they're not going to die. Aaron, he's good. Magna, I mean, they can kill Aaron, but it would just be stupid. Aaron better survive. He's too important for the future of the show, in my opinion. Connie, Magna, Kelly, Jerry, who else? No, I think that was everyone. So that's 7 characters. So, yeah, I think one of them will die. Not Daryl, like I said, not Daryl, Carol. Plus, another reason why I believe that someone will die is because we see in the preview, we see Daryl and Carol sitting against a tree and they're dirty. I think they're covered in some blood and they're talking, and it seems like as if someone had died. And obviously, it's kind of Carol's fault. I mean, Carol sort of brought this on herself. She has been obsessed with revenge, just obsessed with killing Alpha. She's been reckless. She hasn't listened to anyone but herself over and over and over again. And now, finally, it's caught up with her. Finally, she did something so stupid that she got someone killed. In her pursuit of just blind rage of killing Alpha, they fell into that trap that Alpha clearly set up for them, that they should have known better and not fallen for. But because Carol chased after her, they fell into that trap. And I believe that someone's going to die because we see Daryl and Carol sitting there, and Daryl says something like, I feel like I have to always watch you. I feel like you can't leave my sights. I can't turn my back. I think he says, I can't turn my back on you. But he's basically saying that you're dangerous, you're a threat to other people, you're a threat to the people around you, you're so obsessed with killing Alpha that you're going to get other people killed. And there's another part, and it's the same scene. There's another part in the trailer, and it shows them again. Like I said, same scene, and Carol says, "I didn't mean for this to happen." So I've been predicting this for weeks and weeks and weeks, probably since close to the beginning of season 10, where in her pursuit of getting revenge for Henry's death, Carol was going to get someone innocent killed, and this would be the moment where she's like, "Oh crap, what have I done?" You know, it has to be after someone innocent dies, of course, but this is going to be the moment where Carol starts to break a little bit, and we might finally see a shift in Carol's character. It's similar to how Daryl was just obsessed with killing Dwight in season 6, and he was really angry, and he wasn't listening to anyone but himself, and he was doing stupid things, and he wasn't sorry until after Glenn died. He wasn't like, "Oh crap, what am I doing?" until after Glenn died. It's just, yeah, that's just what they're doing. That's what they're doing with Carol's character. Someone innocent is going to die in that cave because of Carol, and Carol's going to, I think her character's going to shift, and she's going to be like, "Oh no, you know, what have I done? Oh man," you know, so we'll be seeing something a little different with Carol in the back half of season 10, I believe. She probably won't be so obsessed with revenge anymore. She'll want to kill Alpha, but she will be willing to be patient and practical and listen to other people, not just listen to herself. And, you know, there's going to be, you know, possibly a rift, but, you know, like something going on. Like, someone might not forgive her. Like, if Kelly dies, Connie won't forgive Carol for a long time. You know, if Jerry dies, other people won't forgive Carol. I don't know. But there's also that, you know, like if Kelly or Connie dies, that could put a strain on Daryl and Carol's friendship, because Daryl cares a lot about Connie, and if Kelly dies, that's Connie's sister. Connie will be angry at Carol. Like, if Connie dies, Daryl will definitely be angry at Carol. So, you know, one of them dying would definitely put a strain on their friendship. Not a permanent strain on their friendship, but a strain, and, you know, they might need some time to you know, be friends again, and you know, for him to forgive her. But as far as who dies, I think it's either Jerry or Kelly. Magna is just, I feel like, I mean, for one thing, I don't think you can kill Magna in season 10. I think at the end of the day, Magna is the leader of that original 5-member group from season 9. She is sort of the most, she's the most forefront character. I feel like Connie and Luke have been getting the most screen time out of that 5-member group this season, but I still feel like Magna is important in her own way. She was basically the leader, and, well, I don't know if she was the leader or not, but she's basically the most forefront character. At least last season, she was the most forefront character of Magna's group from last season, and I just don't think you should kill her off. And I feel like she's safe. Plus, that storyline with Yumiko would seem unfinished. Like, imagine if Magna just died in the cave. You know, what was the point of that storyline with her past, and with her and Yumiko breaking up? You know, like, what was the point? I mean, Yumiko would be sad that she was dead, but that's it. It feels like an unfinished subplot. Magna has to survive so that she can see Yumiko again, so that maybe they can repair their relationship and get back together. So I feel like Magna's safe. Daryl, Carol, Aaron, they're safe. Connie is just, I don't think that is a good idea, killing her off. I mean, they could do it, they could, but I think that her character is just such a fan favorite, and we haven't even seen her and Daryl kiss yet. And if they kill Connie off, it's like another one of those, Daryl gets close to Beth and he's about to rescue her and she dies. He gets close to Merle, he dies. Glenn dies, he's crying. Rick dies, he's crying. Do we need another one of those let's break Daryl moments? Like, it would just be getting tedious. I don't want to see any more of Daryl getting close to someone and then they die right when he's about to, you know, whatever, and he's crying. It's like, it's getting old. It's getting tedious. I want them to do something with Daryl besides he gets close to someone and they die and he cries about it. I want them to do something else. I want Connie to be the character that's different from like Beth, all the Beths and Merles and everything. I want Connie to be the variable that's different. I want Connie to be the one that actually has a romance with Daryl. Maybe she and Daryl could even survive the series. I don't know. But she's a big fan favorite, and I feel like her character has a lot of potential left. She hasn't been on the show that long. She's only been on the show since at the end of episode 5 of last season, right after Rick got taken away on the helicopter. They did that time jump, and they showed Magna's group fighting walkers, and then they showed Judith. So she was in about 3/4 of season 9, and this is only halfway into season 10. I feel like Connie hasn't been on the show long enough, and I think her character has a lot more potential. She doesn't come across to me as a character with a complete story arc, a character who's fully developed, who they've done everything with. I mean, I get that they've given her a decent amount of screen time, but to me, she just feels like a character that has more to do. And her and Daryl's romance, I mean, they keep building it up. Characters keep talking about it, or they're going to get together. And Carol's like, hey, Daryl, you and Connie should get together. Like, why keep building it up if you're not even going to do much with it other than just have her die a sad death in this cave? I really think it comes down to Kelly or Jerry. And I don't want Jerry to die. I really don't. I am a little bit worried about him right now. In the trailer, they show him climbing up the cave, and then a walker seemingly grabs his foot, and he's it's like he's struggling, or he's being pulled back down, and he's screaming. That's a little worrisome to me. I'm a little bit worried about Jerry. With Kelly, I just feel like they could kill her off. Like her character doesn't really add much to the story, and she's really expendable. I mean, they could keep her alive and build her up as a character, but I would rather them kill her off. Maybe something because of her hearing problems that leads to her death. And it's sad and tragic, but it's just an unfortunate thing because Carol put them in that situation. And it would develop Connie because Connie's always sort of looking after her sister and protecting her, and now she's dead and she got devoured by walkers, and it's Carol's fault. Connie could be really, really angry at Carol, and we could see a side of Connie that we haven't seen before, because Connie is always having this positive, optimistic attitude, and she's always so strong, and she's always trying to help people. But if she loses Kelly, she's gonna come at Carol like a machine gun. She's gonna be angry at Carol, and it'll sort of put a strain with Daryl and Carol because Carol is Daryl's best friend. But on the other hand, Connie is someone that Daryl has romantic feelings for and is getting closer to. So it kind of puts Daryl in an interesting situation that we haven't seen him before. And I feel like that dynamic between those three characters and the damage that Carol does, the damage that Kelly's death does to it, could be really interesting. And I think that it comes down to Kelly or Jerry. It's one of them. I could be wrong, but I think it's one of them. And that's pretty much my prediction as far as who will die goes. I don't think anyone else needs to die other than one person in the cave. I know some people might think Alpha's dying soon, but if Alpha survived episode 8, she can survive episode 9. I personally am okay with Alpha surviving a few more episodes into season 10. Not episode 16, not that far. But we're only on episode 9. Maybe she dies in episode 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range. And we get just a little bit more of her. Because I feel like there's just a little more potential for that character for them to explore before they kill her off. And I just enjoy watching Samantha Morton too. I mean, she's been just awesome on the show. I think she's been one of the best parts of season 10. And if they keep her around for a couple more episodes, I don't think it's the end of the world. We can build her up just a little bit more, develop her a little bit more, and then Carol or Negan can kill her. I think that would work pretty well. It doesn't have to be episode 8. It doesn't have to be episode 9. I don't want the season to have filler either. I don't want them to prolong killing off Alpha, but I think that there's potential for them to kill her off in maybe episode 11, 10, 11, 12. And I do think the first half of season 10 did have some filler. They dragged out the whole sickness arc a little too much. But hopefully the back half of the season won't have filler. I'm hoping that the back half of the season is an improvement over the first half of the season. I think that would be great, but we'll see. But as far as deaths go, I don't think anyone will be dying other than maybe some background characters, some background extras, some minor characters. and other than the one person that will die in the cave. And I think it'll be one person. I think it'll be Jerry or Kelly. So, also, what I think will be happening in this episode is in the trailer, we see Gamma coming to Alexandria, and Gabriel's there, Rosita's there, everyone's there, and she's saying, "Your friends are trapped in a cave." So I really don't know what's going on with Gamma. I do think this is a scene that'll be happening in episode 9. I think it has to be happening in episode 9 because obviously they don't know what happened to those characters yet. I think those characters that survive the cave, they'll escape and they'll return home, unless they don't. But it seems like in this moment they're still trapped in the cave. So Gamma's coming up to them and she's telling them, "Your friends are trapped in the cave." Blah blah blah. I don't know. I don't quite know what's happening with Gamma's character. Now, hopefully, she's actually wanting to be a good guy and she's actually wanting to change, and she didn't just lead those characters into a trap. I mean, maybe she did, but I really thought that Gamma was changing and was wanting to help the good guys, and she did give them the right location of the herd. But Alpha's a really smart leader. She knows that Gamma has this vulnerability. She's not dumb. She knows that Gamma has this vulnerability. And she knows that when she's having Gamma, talk to Aaron a lot and this and that it's possible that Gamma would crack and she would actually want to help them and give them real intel, like where the herd is. Because, I mean, her sister died and they have that baby that's her niece. So I think that Alpha could have been thinking a few steps ahead of Gamma, and she figured that Gamma would give them the location of the herd. And maybe Alpha and the other Whisperers, they moved the herd to that cave. They set that trap because she figured that Gamma would give them that information, so she changed the location of the herd. Maybe Gamma did just trick them. Maybe Gamma and Alpha, they're on the same page, and they both set that trap. I don't know. But I'm thinking right now that would just kind of crap on the change in Gamma's character, the shift in Gamma's character, when she saw that Lydia was still alive and she realized that Alpha wasn't the leader that she thought she was, and that she started to regret killing her sister. If you just have Gamma and Alpha both setting this trap, both on the same page, what was the point of the shift in Gamma's character? So I'm thinking that Gamma did send them to the right location, but Alpha was thinking a few steps ahead of her, and that's when she changed the location and she set that trap. And maybe that's why Gamma is going to Alexandria, because she finds out that Alpha switched the location of the herd. So she's going to Alexandria and she's telling them, "Hey, your friends are in trouble. This is where they are. This is what you can do." Because if that's true, that Alpha was actually a few steps ahead of Gamma, then Gamma knows that Alpha knows that she's a traitor. So Gamma probably can't go back to the camp. She probably can't go back to the Alpha or the Whisperers. She might be coming to Alexandria wanting to stay, wanting to just help them and give them information, wanting a place to stay. I don't know. Maybe she wants to help them and then she's going to leave and be on her own. Maybe she just wants to say goodbye to the baby and then she wants to leave and be on her own because she knows that she can't go back to the Whisperers. I don't know. But I'm very interested in what they're doing with Gamma's character. Hopefully they didn't just do like a full 180 and just make her a Whisperer again, because I feel like that would be kind of lame. But we'll just have to wait and see what's going on with Gamma's character. There's some other moments in the trailer. We see a few moments of Michonne. Now with Michonne, I don't think we will be seeing her in episode 9. I think there's only one more episode where we're getting Michonne. One more episode, and it'll probably be like episode 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, somewhere in that range, because they were only able to have her for 5 episodes. And they didn't want to do what they did with Rick and Maggie last season, where they're just in the first 5 episodes, and then they're both gone. They could only do Michonne for 5 episodes, but they filmed the episodes out of order, so that it could seem like Michonne was in the season longer. That's why we went so long without seeing Michonne. For those of you that didn't notice, we went a pretty long gap without seeing Michonne, Judith, Luke, because the last time we saw them was in episode 4 of season 9, or season 10, sorry, episode 4 of season 10. And then we didn't see them again until episode 8 of season 10. So I think with Michonne going on this little boat trip with Virgil so that she can go get the weapons to destroy the herd, it's going to be a few episodes, maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4 episodes before we see Michonne again, because they're stretching out Michonne's storyline, so it seems like she's a part of the season longer, even though it's really just 5 episodes, and they're just filming them out of order. So I don't think that episode 9 will be Michonne's last episode. I think it'll be an episode that's not episode 9. Because I think that's just too soon. There's too much that'll be going on in episode 9, like the characters getting out of the cave, what's going on with Gamma, what's going on with Negan, Lydia. I think that this one last episode of Michonne is going to be a very special Michonne, heavily Michonne-focused episode. It'll be like Rick's last episode, where it was heavily focused on Rick, and there really wasn't much else that was being focused on. So I think with Michonne, whatever episode is her last episode will be like a very, very Michonne-focused, Michonne-centric episode. Who knows if we'll even be seeing a lot of other characters other than maybe Virgil. I don't know. Maybe she'll come back and she'll say goodbye to Judith because she finds out Rick's alive or something, and she's like, hey Judith, I have to go get Rick back and bring him back. Or maybe she just gets captured by the CRM. I don't know. But I think that Michonne's last episode will be heavily focused on Michonne. So episode 9, I don't think there's time to do that. I think episode 9, they'll be focusing on other things, so we won't be getting Michonne in episode 9. And as far as Negan goes, we really do need to see Negan again. I don't think we saw Negan since episode 6, so hopefully in episode 9, we see Negan again, and we find out what Negan's up to. Now, his parts in the preview, I really don't know if we'll be getting those parts yet. We could not. It's really hard to say. The part where he doesn't have a shirt on, he's closing his eyes dramatically. I don't know if we're getting that part in the episode, but we could be. But either way, I'm hoping that Negan will be in episode 9 at least. I believe he will be in episode 9 because I think fans, myself included, are just about ready to find out what's going on with Negan because we hadn't seen him since episode 6. And with Rosita and Eugene, with them having that almost kiss moment, I really don't know what's going on there. I mean, I'd be kind of disappointed in Rosita if she just hooked up with Eugene. Like, if she truly fell in love with Eugene and, like, wanted to break up with Gabriel, okay, fine, you know, be with Eugene, break up with Gabriel, but I don't want them to do this whole love triangle thing where she's just like, she wants both men or something. Maybe there's like a misunderstanding and Eugene goes in for the kiss and Rosie is like, what the hell? No, I don't like you that way or something like that. Or maybe it's in Eugene's hallucination or it's in his dream or something. I don't know. And I don't know if we'll be getting that moment in episode 9 or not. Maybe we do. And with Lydia, I'm hoping that we do see Lydia again in episode 9. I think there's a good chance we could be getting Lydia in episode 9. We could be seeing what Lydia's up to. You know, maybe she reunites with Alpha. Maybe she reunites with Negan. Maybe she goes back to Alexandria. I really don't know what Lydia is going to be doing once we see her again. She might just be exploring the world and being alone for a little while because she's tired of people hurting her. And she just wants to be alone for a little while. Maybe she'll go on a soul-searching little quest or something where we just see her by herself, and she's learning things, and maybe she fights some walkers or something, or she just has like an epiphany or something. I don't know, but I think that we could be seeing some Lydia by herself scenes, and she's growing as a person, she's growing as a character, and eventually she'll go back to Alexandria. Or someone will, like Aaron or someone will, like Daryl will be like, hey, I found you, let's go back to Alexandria, come on, that's where you belong, something like that. Hopefully we do see her in episode 9. Like I said, I think there's a good chance we could see her in episode 9, but maybe not. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Those are pretty much my predictions for episode 9. I don't think it'll be the craziest episode in the world. I do think that there could be a lot of things happening in episode 9. And overall, I'm hoping that the back half of Season 10 has more going on than the first half of season 10, because the first half of season 10, I thought it was good. You know, I enjoyed most of it. I thought it was good, but there were definitely some iffy moments, like the whole sickness storyline and some of the plot holes, like Aaron and the water, and it just seemed like it was kind of a mess, and it dragged out a little bit. And I think that there could have been a little bit more happening in the first half of the season, a little bit more exciting stuff happening. And there was definitely a lot of moments where I was just like, man, I wish Rick was here, you know? And I don't want to feel that way. I want there to be enough going on, enough exciting character moments, enough exciting things going on where I'm not just missing Rick and feeling like The Walking Dead is running out of steam. So I'm hoping that the back half of the season is able to sort of sway me, pull me out of that a little bit more, because I don't want to feel that way. I want to love this show to death. I want this to be my favorite show. I want this to be one of my favorite seasons. I want this show to be great. I want Angela King to do a great job. So I'm hoping that the back half of the season is a few steps improved over the first half of the season. Like I said, I didn't hate the first half. I thought it was good, but there's definitely a lot of room for improvement and a little too much filler in the first half. So hopefully the back half will be better. But as far as episode 9 goes, it doesn't have to be crazy. Killing off a character in the cave, you know, having Carol realize that she's been just destructive and reckless, and having her change and having her character shift, that can be a great moment. You know, the characters that lose whoever dies, them being sad and heartbroken, that can be interesting. That can be good character development for them. What's going on with Gamma, Negan, Lydia, Alpha, these moments can be interesting. Maybe we'll get some more Luke. I like that guy. He's funny and interesting. But yeah, there's definitely potential. So I'm hoping that episode 9 it doesn't have to have too many crazy things happening. Like, for example, I don't think Alpha has to die or anything like that. I don't think 10 characters have to die. But I'm hoping that there's some good moments, a lot of cool moments, some good character development, and that from here, the rest of the season will just get crazier and crazier and more interesting and more jam-packed. But anyway, those are pretty much my predictions for episode 9, so let me know what you think will happen, and just let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 705 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 800 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts, every bit of support matters, and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 800. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.